Conor McGregor is expected to make his return to the UFC by the end of the year, according to his coach John Kavanagh. The 30-year-old has not competed inside the octagon since losing to Khabib Nurmagomedov in October and has since went on to announce his retirement from the sport in March. However, it appears as though McGregor has performed a U-turn on his decision to hang up the gloves after rediscovering his love for UFC and could return to the cage by the end of 2019. Kavanagh revealed that the Irishman lost his hunger to compete in the UFC but could now be back sooner rather than later. "I guess what I was really trying to say was I really want to see him motivated," Kavanagh told ESPN. And he probably said in the Tony Robbins interview where he spoke about losing that for a bit. And this is a game where it's full on, it's full contact, and it's dangerous. When he won the second belt when he beat Eddie Alvarez, he'd achieved everything he set out to achieve. He was very wealthy, he was world champion. So you've got to then take some time and think, well, what's going to motivate you to do it anymore? Kavanagh added, he said himself that became a bit of a problem. What is it? Is it getting another belt? Is it make some more money? And I think what has come back around is the love of the sport. He loves doing it, he loves training, and he loves competing. And legacy, that he's remembered being one of the best, if not the best ever. So that's what's really come back into him since the beginning of the year. That's what I wanted to see. Because he's obviously a very well-known student of mine, but he's also somewhat like a kid brother. You wouldn't want to see him doing something just for the sake of doing it and maybe getting hurt or whatever because he's not fully there. But now he absolutely is. When asked by ESPN's Ariel Helwani who he'd like to see McGregor fight next, Kavanagh admitted that he'd love to see a third bout between the Irishman and Nate Diaz. Diaz choked out Notorious at UFC 196 before McGregor went on to win the rematch at UFC 202. Kavanagh said, "I always loved the Diaz trilogy, I've kind of said that from the start. I'm really looking forward to seeing how Nate looks in his fight coming up. That would be just as a fan, very exciting. Justin Gaethje kind of reminds me of that similar style, you know he can take a tremendous amount of punishment and keep coming forward. Honestly if it's Conor excited, motivated, and pushing himself hard, it doesn't really matter all that much to me. Anybody in the UFC that Conor McGregor would be fighting are good opponents, they have different challenges. If you put a gun to me, it would be the Diaz trilogy." Pictures, celebs who returned after they retired.